Brimstone lineups out on your screen. I do remember that.
Brimmy with the stimmy, baby. You can't make fun of the boomer. He's always going to be there. Maybe not this game. Damn, you know what? Just not. Let's get off of this topic. Here we are starting off on Ascent. Let's get it. Second game here of LCQ upper semis. Let's see what the guard can put up. Cloud9 wants to get this composition back in order. They actually switch up the defensive positioning we saw from yesterday, which was Leaf and Market and Mitch and B. This is a full cap push to start off your Van Silly. So C9 definitely trying to throw a mix in to what the guard might be seeing or might have seen. And it's Curry that's in Market. Oh, double push. They are pushed up very far here, Van Silly.
Yeah, it was 4 players getting ready for that pinch into mid, understanding that the guard likes to work the area on pistol, and that's already spiked down. 2 versus 2, though. We've answered back for the guard. VALORANT and Trent looking to pick up the spike. It's been done. Smoke now on the ground. None left for Elise Vanity at 27 HP.
They still want Cat.
Vanity's in the spot, though. We have to swing on the other one. Can we get the trade? We will, and Cloud9 gets the pistol. Something they needed here.
How does he live with 27 HP that long for 2? Oh, that's what clutched it right there, allowing the next trade to happen. And the thought as well, they go back towards Cat. You have the call for the amount of damage that was done on a certain agent. It did not matter. Great trades there to start things off for C9. And they are able to take the pistol round. Bulldog straight for Vanity. Hoping to keep that for a few rounds as its Spectres are around, and Mitch will really low buy and just keep the Headhunter mostly at halfway with a Frenzy. Not something you usually see. You usually just see kind of pull more Headhunter bullets within that chamber, so interesting buy.
One ways both on attack and defense for the control of A main and giving an orb away for one of the attackers of the guard. And we had a Killjoy turret looking towards B main, but it's just going to be for Elite Alert from net right after. Looking to commit towards this A site with a full execution from the guard. There's only one player waiting on the other end of this wall, and that is going to be Mitch with a Frenzy and Headhunter.
Yeah, this mid control continuously taken by C9. Nice little perpendicular crossfire, dash in. Jonah P is going to be the first kill to come through onto Mitch, though.
One-way smoke on the attack. We were trying to spot some feet and try to spray, but it doesn't work out. Relay bolts coming out too, though. Lots of damage being done. C's coming on the outside, and we're slowly inching back from top and at the door switch for C9.
No.
Yeah, we got some great utility to try to hold as much as we can, but it's still C9 across the board with the heavier fire weapon. Now it's a 2 versus 2, though.
Player standing.
Somehow Leaf looking to try to win this back. Only a classic in the hands of Net. Running that clock down, trying to get at least a halfway. We're just sticking it for Leaf. Now he's off it. This is looking so good for Net. Swing out, and there you go, the headshot from Leaf. We almost felt that clutch coming in for Net. Almost a thrifty from an eco from the guard. But holy crap, that was a good round.
How did they manage that much damage? The util coming in straight. When I said, oh, once I saw 3 of them literally hip and hip behind Jenny, that's when I oh-no'd. As soon as you all pile up in one area, you're like, oh dear, this is going to be tough. In there, yeah, you almost get them all clobbered. They somewhat reposition. And that's when you get the rest of the guard able to get their last shots in with the util. Leaf playing a really nice mind game here. That was easily winnable by the side of the guard, and C9 had no right losing that one. So they get a win, but that was expensive.
Even more expensive into this round. Operator in the hands of Mitch. Small shield, Bulldog, Spectres. Nothing more for C9. They lose this round here on defense, especially that they're going to be forced to be on an eco on the next. That's a 0 point that came out. That seems to have suppressed Mitch just for a bit, but he doesn't want to give up his position.
Curry getting ready to just prowl her out. Nice timing. And look at the rotation on the minimap now. Repositioning already, and Vanity is always your anchor so far. It was the same on Fracture, will be the same on Ascent for C9's defense. That's going to be a quick seize out when they can't get too far to start things off.
Right, though, and Net opening up the B site. Underhand flash outside through the smoke, but no kills coming out, at least position for Zeppa.
Zeppa?
Eats a paranoia. Looking for the shot, does not connect. Again, it was lower weapons for C9, getting overwhelmed on the head.
Spike planted.
Now Vanity gives his position away. There's one more holding inside the B main area and as he gets smoked out. You see Vanity's just dancing to save his op. Well done here for the guard. They'll put the first one on the board here early in the second map.
Yeah, it's nice to get the bonus there. We didn't see too many bonus grabs in our first match, but this one, the save on the op, will definitely be huge for Mitch to come in. Let's see what they can continue to do from the side of the guard with this weaponry, though. You have now taken down Cloud9 twice, even though they're trying to get themselves into position. No plant here, as we see. I'm sorry, by guard, but not defused. But Cloud9 haven't been able to keep more than one alive in these situations that are going deep into the plant rounds. So it's going to be very expensive for them. Guard have done a great job to set themselves up for multiple rounds in a row here. So whatever Mitch does with this operator next round is going to be huge. However they set it up, we'll keep an eye. Hey, look at that money. That is rough. So mid push maybe. Whenever we do see Cloud9 going for a forward rendezvous with Mitch, usually Leaf is there. So you can identify those two together. You'll usually get Mitch going for a forward push. It looks like they'll separate that situation just for now, and it'll be actually Curry that backs up Mitch on this one. Smoke him in immediately. Nope. We know you have an operator, and we're not giving you a chance. Because they've been taking mid, right? A lot of what C9 has done in those first few rounds was to take mid. And this time, it looks like they will not get control right away.
Especially when you have this operator in hands of Mitch. Trying to support, trying to pick up the op in case Mitch loses it. And that 0 point is going to get 4 players now on the attack. So, yep, jig is up. Let's just at least get the alt orb now for the guard. The same default for the attack side. 4 players grouped up towards the A main. 1 late lurk towards mid of net. Trying to keep that turret alive in case there's a push towards that area. And also getting into this A site.
No command hit.
This one down, trying to answer it back from hell. At least that's 2 kills, done his job. Could actually get the res onto KO right away. But Leaf is just around the corner waiting for at least to come out with the ult of the overdrive. Dear. Just got spotted at the door. This could be an important ult right now for C9 as soon as we're able to get the ult away. But with that, well, that's all done. Everybody has fallen down. So now we're canceling out the overdrive. The overdrive becomes the overheat as he's trying to get the kill long range. Does connect onto net. Now he picks up the op as well. 23 HP.
Spike planted.
Trying to fall back. Side player gets the kill. Nice wall bang. 2-2 for the guard. No ops picked up. And side player doesn't want it either as they want to keep with the rifles on the executions.
Finds his footies there. A great round to start things out. Nicely played out with the null command coming in. It wasn't Saya player dashing in. They kind of took the site just walking in with that being able to push back C9. You saw the hide was trying to, or Vanity was trying to hide under heaven. It wasn't enough. They got pushed out of sight because of the null command as well from Tree. And one of the big things was, yeah, that ult went off from Leaf, but that was supposed to be Curry coming in as well. He got spammed through the smoke by Net. So Net's frag onto a full utility Curry that was about to initiate back into sight was pivotal.
So same thing going on now for C9 on defense. Continuing the bait and switch of Mitch TPOA and Vanity just around the corner, but with the Phantom. Don't know if he's going to be able to hold that spray control, but Mitch is going to be the first point of contact. Almost saw that first opponent across the board, which is going to be Trent just around the corner. Look for the lineup. Here it comes, Vanity for the second one. It's traded off by Trent.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, we've dropped one towards mid, and the Nightfall comes out as well towards the A site. A battle towards the front of A main. Nice flash for Zippa to get the kill onto Valen. And that just is going to make things harder for Trent. He has been on fire on this map yesterday against Sentinels. Can he clutch his 3 versus 1?
Both teams have been in each other's face with little reads here on the plays. Like that 5 seconds of that round just colored the top right of our screen with frags over and over, the trades. It leads it to a 3v1. And this is exactly what C9 needs. They need to keep a few alive within these wins to get their economy back in order 1. And then make sure they find Trent here. Once the plant goes down, super safe play. All 3 just anchoring A to make sure the retake can come in a little later. What's that util for Curry? He does have the haunt. Should be able to get a little bit of knowledge of where Trent will be hiding.
8 seconds left on his haunt as well. Looking back towards this B main, but he does have a C's that could actually do a lot of DK as we're sticking that spike now. But it's going to be a little bit difficult trying to get the wall bang at least. Not going to work out. Great hold by C9 on Catwalk at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, I like the thought. And you're right. C9 go back to a bit of that cat hold. It wasn't as much in mid as we have been seeing them push out to cat, getting to well, making sure that everything is pretty much held down. So we'll see right here. This is the A push that was finally the event of all that cat pressure. C9 happy about it. See if they can keep up this defensive side. They pull into the favor. One, Curry still with the spam is going to be coming through here. We expect this to be happening. The analyst desk mentioned it. And he'll just continue to spam. Initiator's on one side of the map here, so it looks like they will play a little bit of a retake. But that positioning of both Mitch and Vanity has me wondering. All right, they dip out.
Had early damage done by Leaf, but he looks to re-peek right after and gets punished for it. So that now brings out the lockdown. And now we're trying to spray back. No commitment yet for the guard just from that smoke that we've gotten. C's coming forward though. Ult back in the middle of the site. No
He stuck it.
way. There's definitely some miscomms or something like that because Vanity thought that he had an open site to TP into, and now there's only 3 players left for him to try to go for the retake. Zeppa with that null command, as you heard, just finished. Smoke on the staircase as we have now C9 going to walk back into the site. Nice kill by Curry. That's market down. 2 players left inside the site. Valen and Trent. Trent now spotted leads from that 0-point answers back on to Curry. Inside the smoke, Mitch goes for the close range duel to Faust, but that's a slow field on the ground. So you funnel everybody out on the right side. He does get the headshot to Zeppa, does get the second one. It's Trent once again with the Red Bull clutch.
Incredible stuff by Trent in one of the most painful rounds. Cloud9 start to build a bit of an econ. They will be able to get a small buy in here. They're just around 4K. The util is going to be tough, but to be winning so many rounds and not have that surplus of money before you get reset, guard may be able to string a few together here and on the back of Trent's 3K. What a round. And he, again, it's like deja vu. When this guy is at Ascent B, you cannot match up with him. Holy moly. Let's see how they play it. Curry one off ultimate. Looks like A orb is a focus here to start things off. And a fast push from Saya.
And that was with a haunt 2, counter paranoia. Vanity answers back. That spike down, another lineup, but the trade comes back for the guard. 2 players flying down, open A site. Last 2 players already rotating for Cloud9 on the top of heaven. 30 HP on Saya player to dash in. We don't take the left. The flash from Zeppa to get the kill. But right after that, we answer right away for the guard. And they take the lead now in this second map.
Next round, let's go. All right, that was a quick one. Rinse and repeat. Holy moly, Van Silly. Valen just throws the paranoia through, and it seemed like Saya was already there. They're just like riding the paranoia in as a cloud. Already there to trade, already there to get spraying through the smoke that was on tree to cover door. Really quick play by the guard. And why not? Right, C9, like I just said, we're in a bit of a money break position. So the guard go for the throw in a super fast strat off the rip. C9 now down onto that low buy. Really well played by the guard in the mind games, just the pacing of how they've been taking these rounds. And really not allowing C9 to shut them down. Keep them out of A.
Or the shotted step coming out towards A main, and a knife came out all the way from B. So that's a hint potentially. Look at that. We already have a one-way on Catwalk. So C9 thinks that we're actually going for a creep up on the A site, and we're looking for going quickly into the B site instead.
Just use a 0-point over at A, so I think they know to rotate. Leaf is in trouble, though, Van Silly. Back of the site could be covered here.
He's also spotted from that haunt, so this is going to be difficult, and there you go.
Yeah.
Not much you could do here, Riv. This is going to be a plant coming in for the guard, potentially a second round. Look at how far Mitch is away.
And he'll stay away. Looks like they are going to hold. Look for the exits, run into the spike if they can't find the actual kills towards the end of this round. And another one for the guard. Talk about how well they've been able to build their econ. It allows them to make a few more risky decisions. And with this composition, if you can make risky decisions, if Saya player feels more comfortable to dash in because, yeah, you can buy next round or this is a Blade Storm round, that's exactly where they feel comfortable. They're able to push the limits, and we see that Saya is no stranger to being the first one to go in on these. Net's turret coming up for the frag. Everybody getting a piece of it as they take another one away from C9. That was a flawless on C9's low buy. Not able to do too much damage that time. Unorthodox from. And C9 timeout. We will get the Odin back. They're sticking to their guns on how things will be defended. Let's, again, keep an eye on Mitch and Leaf, or however Mitch plays the operator this time. It was a smoke middle immediately from the guard to deny what Mitch might have in the op rounds. So they're thinking of it. You know the guard's thinking that this op is going to be there.
Last player standing.
I'm gaming flawless for the guard on that previous round, just from sheer execution into the B site. Again, it was a pistol round for C9. They tried to stack up towards that A site where the gamble was not well read. Thinking, again, a beautiful fake from the guard. Just from a simple knife and a shrouded step from Valen and Jonah P together to allow the guard to just get into the site, continue to build this economy into the round. Now looking at 3 rounds in a row on the attack. We're going into this game, Riv, where you actually had the guard winning this map yesterday. Again, we talked about it just being so strong against Sentinels, but also having a much better defender half than it did on the attack. So if you're looking at 5 rounds already, out of 9, you're in a good spot to actually get this full series victory against C9.
Absolutely. Right now, 3-1 on gun rounds for the guard so far. We're feeling good. They're going to go into another gun round here and identify where the operator is. Make sure they can get themselves into a position to defend against it. That's not going to be a smoke mid. And they do pay for it. The operator finds a frag. It's going to be across the map. And he rendezvous back over to mid. So really cheeky there from a cat mid play.
So with the flash, no more space creation for Saya player. And look at that. 2 players ADSing crouched back in front of Well. And that's just going to initiate the rest of the guard on the fast rotate into the A side. Only 1 player inside A, and that's Curry. But after we've littered the site on the A site with utility, we're booking it back towards the B site. Belief is in the corner at B long. Net's clear in the corner, gets the headshot, and now we have Vanity trying to hold back inside the B site. This could still be a rotate back towards A. They have full back control now for the guard, and they're trying to fight back. Now they clear up the B site. Vanity falls, and look at Zeppa already rotating back towards mid. It's looking to be a save for the last 2 players, especially after Zeppa picked up the op.
Yeah, and it looks like you can almost make that 4-1 on gun rounds so far for the guard. They come in real quick on this one. Nicely played as well. Valen throwing the smoke over towards Cat, initiating the same thing they would do on their A takes, making sure there's still pressure towards A while the team's hitting B, and being able to globally smoke over towards spawn. The rest of the team made quick work of the site. It looks like they will be able to save. That operator is going to be, again, a big thing. Props to guard for being able to avoid this operator. I mean, hitting the site does obviously... I can't say that because Saya player did go down for first blood on this one.
And then the other 2 kind of faced him and just owned him,
and then they faced him, right? They're like, okay, so if the operator is going to be on the map, let's set up. And it wasn't even an elevation setup. It was just enough distance to help stop a collateral. And like you said, behind the protection of the well. Here it is again. So the flash to get him off the first angle... Look at the setup. Even if you hit the shot, it is rare you're going to collat it. You only get 1, and you are still traded. Super cheeky play on the defensive side there. Well attacking by guard, if you will. Let's see how they go here, Vance. Towards A. It doesn't look like it's going to be for the orb grab. It looks like it's for the speed. Nightfall comes out, and Curry gets taken out just by getting his elbow seen from hiding behind the box.
Yeah, even a Haunt came out as well to pick him out too. And now the Nightfall comes back at least on the defense just to try to slow down this plant. Already 3 players from C9 onto the top of Heaven. Zeppa holding towards 3 as smoke comes out. Vanity jumps in with the judge!
No way!
Just bring it out the whole game. 3 versus 3. Valen with 2 kills right after. Now a counter. Nightfall coming out on the attack. 2 versus 2. 1 HP because of the decay. Trent just holding towards the generator. Net then loses the fight. It's up to Trent. Does not make it work. Zeppa comes in for the kill and the defuse. And we're able to save this round here with the clutch play.
Coin a term, I don't know, the this is what it takes factor. Like, Vanity does that so often when it just kind of flying under the radar, not doing too much, and then the play is made. Like, something needs to happen. You don't know what it is. Usually Vanity be the one to show you. Dives down during the spray, right? So it wasn't uncalculated. Both players in Hell were spraying. So you already have them distracted, getting ready to reload. Like, yeah, when you play inside your opponent's head, things can look like that. And Cloud9 did a great job on that retake. Vanity with some impact frags for Zeppa to then clean up. 6-4 here. Guard losing a bit of footing on a round, but that's just one of many. C9 try to claw back. 2 more here in this first half.
Economy is still so good for the Guard, even in this time. A bit of a change of pace for the attack. We have an operator in the hands of Xayah player. Leaf looking to get the same B main control, maybe hide into the corner if you wanted to, but after that spray through the box, doesn't want to give any more away. Be a fast hit now for the Guards, somehow just between the fast lanes. It's a fast death. Curry answers back though from the spawn. Xayah player through the smoke. There's Vanity in the back of the site. Swing out. It's going to be Xayah player that answers back, fully blinded, dashes away, and that is Xayah player creating the space that we wanted to. Funny enough, get an operator at the beginning of the round, and now just comes in with 2 entries on Vandals.
Just see the Guard pummeling through these situations, Vansili, as we watch the retake here from Cloud9. Most likely the Guard's round. It'd be amazing if C9 is able to grab this. But if you recognize the Guard doesn't really have too much that they have to worry about in terms of, okay, maybe Zeppa though. 2 rounds in a row, do they have to worry about Zeppa? That could be something.
Small delay though on the sidewalk from the Nano Swarm. The swing from the back. Xayah player traded back out by Mitch. That's a 1 versus 1.
This should not
exactly where is that. 6 bullets left. But there's no time here on that spike. Well done here by Xayah player to run that clock down. The round comes in then for the Guard.
Oh, a little sketchy, but it'll do. No one standing at the end of that one. And what I was trying to say is we see the Guard being able to just flex into the site, right? And you look at what utility there is that they're going up against, and while they'll have to worry about it, it's nothing that's going to really stop them dead in their tracks unless they all get seized in one spot. You're not running into the mollies that Killjoy is going to have. You're not. I don't think actually the Guard has run into one trademark, right? They've been avoiding the trademark, finding ways around the map, and making sure that they always have a run and gun situation into the site. So it doesn't seem like once they get to the sites, they're worried about C9's util. Oh, he's trying to make him worried though. Leaf on the run.
Overdrive now with the combination from the Haunt. Beautiful kills. Now Spike down, long range, trying to connect onto a third. Spots at least. Trent falling back now, and we're trying to pick up the Spike. We got it. Trying to make it through. We open up the A site because Xayah player made it through the garden. Operator back out to look towards Catwalk. There's still Vanity inside the spawn. That's a free plat now for the Guard. The retake for C9 with the player advantage. Trent hiding inside wine. Will they clear this? K-ult now coming out from Zeppa. We're not really clearing it. There's only Curry that's currently watching it, no pun intended. But then the swing out from Trent. There's that trade. Only 1 more to go. It's going to be Valen, but Zeppa is now going to be a Cypher camera. We'll see all of this right now. Nice one-way coming out from Vanity that uses it to his advantage. The defuse in for C9 Rivington. The round comes in. And at least they managed to save for a bit. It looked to be a very dominating first half for the Guard. Some round salvage, and hopefully C9 can bring it back onto the second half, but it's looking to be tough. We'll see what happens after it. Aside of that, like I said, when we're digesting the first half after this break, the Guard really had control of their attack half on Ascent.
They did. Jonah and Xayah coming out great. 6 and 3 in the first kills, the first deaths. And coming into the tournament, those 2 players made up over 50% of the first kills for the Guard. So if you're looking for consistency, Jonah and Xayah in the beginning of the round for this squad. Leaf looking to be the consistent one here. Get the first shots out, but Trent answers back.
Even if the Haunt spotted the player towards Garden, playing so passively in the back of the Garden, doesn't allow Leaf to get that slide. and also the kill with the pistols. Thankfully, at least, though, we get the plant down for C9 into the A site at the default spot. Now we're fighting back for tree control. Right now for the knife to replenish. That's going to spot Vanity, who walks back down towards the generator. Nice flash from Jonah P. There's a kill coming in his favor. Back for the battle into the garden before he loses his fight. Zeppa trying to keep the dream alive for C9, but it is going to be nothing but cloud that evaporates.
Ooh.
Oh, no, you don't deserve my invention.
Clean up. Quick clean up there. The mop and bucket real fast. Running it with the frenzy, making sure that Sheriff's working well. Guard, pick up pistol. They've been pretty savvy with those throughout this series, and we'll see if they can keep this going. It's going to be the the Ares rather coming out for Trent here, so you can get a little bit of spam down. Spectres and the Bulldog for Saya, so hopefully that gun lasts a little bit and the operator comes back into play for the guard. We're seeing it be a very, very big factor. They don't have the chamber. It's not the tour de force. It is the focus of the op when Saya can get it. They look towards A here. Van Silly. Alt orb freely theirs as the smoke comes out if they do want it. Just making sure they don't get spammed down here during the process. Killjoy turret and utility is going to be set up towards B. We'll keep an eye on that for the side of guard as they're defending.
Interesting smoke as well being thrown at the beginning of the round. It's really deep down, not even a one-way smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But it still forced out a 0 point to try to clear inside that area for Cloud9, so they couldn't really go for any type of baits.
Cover going out.
We tried to go for the audio bait with the orb and then went for the 0 point, and with that orb now picked up, one way still being thrown by Valen this time to cover up towards A main. C9 looking to inch and lean towards this A site. Good opener. Slide in now to create the space. Another 0 point towards the back of Heaven. No utility to counter out because you do have Jonah P being suppressed on the top of Heaven. That works. All these individual battles are happening across the site. To summarize it, though, we have a very late lurk somehow of Vanity still outside B main.
He's still going that way.
He's still walking.
I'll find you.
Some say he'll never stop. The Trent picks up one.
Continues to spray down towards the Heavens. Him and Net on a 4 versus 2 in the favor of Cloud9. Turret to spot at least one player just across the door. And Valen was on the flank the whole time, hoping to actually kill the last 2 rifles. But it seems as though the guard will be able to save it.
What a buy, what a push. A little partial buy, but awesome stuff from C9. Snuffing the guard out in the second round here. That is going to hurt. And honestly, this could be that like kind of like the click for Vanity where he's like, all right, nope, this is what's happening. Here's what we're doing. And the rest of the team all starts to come online as well. We'll see it. They put down a low buy for the guard. Now it's going to be Vandals and Spectres for C9 as they hopefully start to run away. Zeppa one away from the null command in round 3. If they do find any real problems, they might be able to rip that off. How do they set up? Still, the KJ stays at B. There's no going to be no bot, though, for the mid this time. They're actually setting up a little bit differently. Not as much money to make it happen.
But they do a trap play towards Gelato. Immediately stopped. 0 point spotting at least the players that were there and communicated by side player after got picked off. So that gets no value yet. Only the alarm bot, or should I say the turret towards B main.
Yeah.
Is what's stopping C9 from getting into this B side as they rotate out towards the yard to meet up the other 2.
And it's a nice job to know it could be guard trying to play something funky. They're going to overstack anyways, right? You're going to have at least 2 or 3 when you see one. So they say, let's kill one and start to rotate, keep them separated. Once they see this, they might just start to rush it. I think Leaf might be triggered off of it. Here comes the paranoia. That is going to help with the turret. Leaf is in.
With the dash, also spotted Trent rotating towards the staircase. Wins that fight right there, and that's going to be the plant to farm up the ultimate for Zeppa into the next round. The other 3 players, maybe Valen, maybe trying to save this Bulldog, but the other 2 try to make it expensive.
Vanity, full blind, just coming out of it. Saw pistol. No, he didn't.
Trying to say net falls. Valen in the second. Jonah P spotted on the third. Easy kills for Vanity.
Okay,
he continues to jig around for all of that. And C9, they
Okay.
convert that one after the force buy.
That is a good feeling. And it's still Spectres on the other side, too, because Guard wants to spend their money down a bit. They want to be able to At this point, you are looking for scraps, right? And by that, I mean, if you can buy a Ghost, you might in a round just to damage a little more armor. You might, etc. You might put that into util. You hope it works. But yeah, this could be tough for the Guard here, as they may be money strangled unless they get like a full save in one of these rounds. We'll see it here as we come back into the buy screen. It's going to be down to 0 here for a lot of those credits. You can see it'll be tough if C9 can keep stringing these together. A lean from both Jonah P and Saya player kind of sticking together and not committing. See, yeah, they're going from tree to spawn to tree. Just making sure they're fluid in how they can react to C9, because, man, C9 is just playing super strong right now.
Yeah, we're keeping our initiators separated across the map, too, to try to gain that info from the 0 point and the haunt on timings around this round. At least the audio queue will let the Guard know that there was an orb picked up towards that A main. Zeppa does have the null command, so we might still try to default very slowly. And with this 3-player lean towards this A site, now slowly towards B, we can still null command into this B.
It's working its way. They're trying to fake Curry utility on the other side. There was a Seize that went over the wall there. 2 bites from Cat. If they can actually get this mid control. Vanity didn't step out of the archway. What timing? That's the null command you were talking about. And they are going to rush into sight.
30 seconds left.
That's lane with a bit of coverage.
Come out towards the B site. We're now moving in, as you mentioned, on that fast lane and the sprint down. Net's still alive in the back of the site. We're trying to get that res out. We're just trying to fade out the player. Staircase. What? Starplay gets a third kill somehow with a dash right after. How did it let him through?
Oh my gosh. Saya and Vanity both have a round now where they have literally turned the tide of what was happening completely by themselves. Vanity's round jumping off of heaven with the judge. Saya there with the Vandal. Let's see it again. Stepping into sight. It's the dash. No one can call it fast enough. And one of the most powerful things in a retake is being able to catch somebody off guard. Because the calls coming in are util, not, oh, wait, behind me, you know, once that happens, side player takes advantage of it. Full force. Straight towards mid. First time we really see C9 going for a hard strat towards the market.
Fragment on the ground trying to slow it down, but that is not going to
stop.
What in the... As he has the relay bolts back towards the spawn. Again, a player in the back of the site. Relay bolt once again. The spray coming out. And the overdrive for the kill onto Trent. So that's a B side open, at least for now. Door has been closed. A TP away as well. And Leaf is looking for a late lurk once again towards mid. It's looking to get cleared by net. Will not work out, and there's only 2 players left alive on a 5 versus 2. And that's Valen and Jonah P. This is going to be a save.
Yeah, look at this. The confidence C9 has in these rounds, too, once they do get a little bit of an upper hand. You see Vanity going searching, blood hunting. He knows the money's low enough to be doing this, that they want to pressure and push. Uh-oh. Should be good. Nope. We're like, he'll be pushing through tree at this time. We were all thinking it. It's okay. And, yeah, Guard are forced to save here. Cloud9 keeping a lot alive. Continue to dwindle numbers of the Guard. I think that's, what, 2 in a row now that we see Guard going down on. There'll be 2,900. So Jonah P's got some money from saves. Valen will need a drop in the next round. We'll see how they manage.
Another Ares.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's going to help the buys. You know, if you can keep a little bit more money in the bank, sometimes it adds up for a buy later down the line. And later down the line is going to matter with rounds going back and forth right now. Vanity's ult's ready on the side of Cloud9. Saya player has not been able to achieve the operator and maybe hasn't wanted it. We don't know if it has gotten there for them at this point. Yeah, on the defensive side. The retakes are so much harder if you're actually trying to play it on the defense.
Well done. 0 point actually cancels out the updraft and the Blade Storm temporarily for Saya player. So no more updrafts available for the Jet. While we actually did have a buy after all, and Jonah P did go and purchase a rifle for Trent. No Ares coming into this round, and C9 are looking to split into this B site. Nanoswarm now deployed as we actually did see the alarm bot. Sounding alarm, as now we hear the ult coming out from the Omen. Just to try to get some information, and that's going to be C9 getting into the site.
No ultimates. The Precise to come in. 2 trade there. L is covered. Tree is trying to be taken right now, but that's a lot of utility from Curry to slow everything down.
Going to be looking to start things off. The flash misses. That allows Mitch at least to get the kill, but it's a trade-off for Trent. Curry with the late lurk back towards the garden. The tap onto the spike. Now we're full sticking it. Mitch trying to run forward. Back with the headhunter as I smoked inside. And down at halfway. Vanity meanwhile getting some kills. It's a 2 versus 1. Trent then through the smoke. Gets a 4K into the round. And it was halfway defused, so an easy one coming in. And that's the guard with the round.
I already knew that round was going to be super weird when the rendezvous came back, and Mitch figured out he was right next to Vanity and Hell, and you're like, wait a minute, you don't want to hide both right there. You saw them all do a little bit of a scramble. Then it had to be a play inside the smoke because, well, we have to create a situation where we have extra coverage. Woo! That got a little saucy from both sides, but yeah, we see the classic with Cheese coming up. The 4K for Trent. This man loves to pop off on Ascent. Don't know what it is, but he is just having a hell of a game and usually does throughout this map. 8 to 10 as we come into round 19. 0 points instantly coming out towards a quick rush on B to see if anything's happening.
It's a nice one, too,
looks
actually.
Like hold it. Yeah, through Tiles area. It's nice.
On the defense, had the deep one, actually, on Gelato, so going to make it a little bit more difficult to... or get more information. Going to be a little bit easier because you don't know if it's going to be, is it a fake? How many players do we have? That basically takes the whole area. And only spotted 1. That's why we have more of a lean for the guard back on mid and B site. And that's exactly where C9's trying to take control of.
This is actually a really big round. If the guard can pull this into their favor once again, so, I mean, if they can tack on C9's money, they can stretch this all the way to that 12th round without too much trouble. C9's going to have to play something, one of the zany strats where you see Vanity jumping around, but it's going to be the walk up for contact here. And the util just shuts them out right away. Could still get in.
That's been on point for this game so far. Got immediately shut down. The lockdown in the back of the site.
Net!
What a flash. Vanity then answers back, trying to get the CP broken, or should I say the lockdown broken. Zeppa still moves in for that break. A rotate coming through.
Oh, Mitch.
Mitch is going to ping it. He'll take at least one, but there's a second one that's about to lean out, and Mitch plays it patiently.
Face your fear!
Advantage now for C9. As we have now the Nightfall coming out, it's going to be very difficult to retake now for the guard. C9, Vanity with 2 kills, 1 round away of tying things up.
What a nice round from C9. Clinical round there. They ensure that nobody's pushing Garage to start. You called out the 0 point. That's Zeppa from Tiles throwing it through the wrought iron gate. You get the B main Garage coverage. Then they still, while being able to take the site, have the rotation from Mitch coming all the way around. Just clinically being able to take out any of the rotations from guard, having the timing, and they did it all through being able to break a lockdown too. So they were their hand was pressured throughout that. They were forced, still able to adapt well. This same thing almost happened as we were watching the first map on Fracture. C9 started to read it, started to come back. Is it too little, too late? It's hard to say. Just 1 round down. It seems like anybody's game here eventually.
Turtle wine at least. Heath made a way across the other way of that smoke, but it is a lower by. 2 players playing inside the smoke. A Shorty, Valiant trying to play the right place with Saya player, but understanding that the smoke's about to dissipate, they try to fall back inside the site with success.
Mike has gone down every round but 1 this half. It tells you the pacing, the pushing that C9's been able to get into these sites with when it does happen. Guards retakes have not been on par. C9's taking advantage. It's the mid push once again. C9 take control a bit of that. Now have market control not market control, but mid control to Pizza. Are they going to work Spike all the way through mid? So this gets a little bit dangerous, but as a death pile, they should be okay.
That's close, though. Has a sheriff. He gets both kills and a spike. At least Mitch was there for that trade as a third player, and we open up A as well.
30 seconds left.
Clearing out the A site. We're rotating back through mid, as you talked about it here, Riv. All the way through spawn, back towards tree. Easy plant now as the A site's now open. Stinger only for Trent. Has a Nightfall.
Spike planted.
This man oozes with confidence before. We talked about sprays in the middle of a round. It's going to be insane enough to go for a Nightfall Stinger frag. Doubt it, but I'd love to see it.
I mean, Trent's been the star player so far for the guard this time. You look at the other side, Leaf, he has been absolutely crushing it. Alone on this half, 4 and 2 in first kills, first deaths. Usually you see, and you still are, there's another one for him, not a first kill, but another kill in the 3K. You see Leaf getting a lot of support, a lot of help with the utility. When he has his ultimate, nobody can help that. He's just gone. He's running. No overheating, just overcharged, just gone. And he's been able to do so much for the team to get them back into this one. 20-15 and 3 for himself. You can see not many of those going out to assists either. He's gobbling them all up. Saya player, sighting on a buy here. It'll obviously be a rifle when we come through at 4,200. With the guard call a timeout, Vansili, things are getting stressful. It seems like they have an answer on a round, but it doesn't seem like a clear answer, right? It becomes a firefight, good util usage, but C9 continues to change it up. Like we just saw mid strategy. We'll see Mitch rotating over to the right side and holding Cat, getting a little bit of util from Curry at long on A, and guard thinks it's going to be A. C9's hitting B. They're really trying to stretch the guard thin, and guard are trying to figure out how to keep that anchor and understand what the play might be.
Well, on top of that, we mentioned going into the half that Jonah P and Saya player were making up more than 50% of the first bloods for the guard, and that's been a win condition for this team. We've seen that from the first half of this map. We also saw it on Fracture before, and this time they haven't had a single first blood on their defense on this very map here. So you talk about the ability combos of C9 working well for Leaf. We need to find ways to activate Saya player and Jonah P. And they might activate a null command for a retake, but it's not going to be until later, because we're trying to go quick now for C9 into this B site, at least for some sort of a fake. Slowly, wow, there, the ult comes out right away, actually. Preemptive null command coming out from Jonah P, and C9 decide to fall back.
Throw down the shot from the shadows, too. Just trying to see what was happening throughout the site. They don't get the distance they wanted. I thought that the mollies from Killjoy might have been being popped right away means you can run in right after. But the rest of the follow-up from the guard was really clean and being able to keep C9 out and deterred from entering that switch area. So mid is still held by Leaf. I feel like we either get a quick play towards Cat or he is going to make a play towards mid, and we might get a little 1v1 versus Saya player here. Spike does seem to commit towards Gelato right now, but still spread out on the map. C9 wants to be controlling everything before they hit. Look at it. They're moving like, this might be a weird reference, but they're moving like a baseball infield. One person moves, you cover that position. There's like a string tied to you as you walk across the map. It's really cool to see.
And no strings will hold them back on the A site as Trent is still holding towards B. C9 looking to get into the A from a shrouded step. And that's Vantage going for the instant plant. 15 seconds left on the clock. It's time to play the full retake. We have a Nightfall available from Trent. We talked about it from that previous round. So we might flood the gates now for the guard out from this ultimate. It's about to come in from the garden.
Door out, try to do it safely. 5v5, Vans. This is going to get tight. This is going to get scary. Nightfall starts us off.
Late lurk coming out from also the tree. Valen gets the first blood on that retake. Net kills the person on that lurk on tree. Now Leaf, a smoke is out in the front, so he's trying to get these 2 kills, but it's a perfect push in from the guard through. Now only Vanity is going to be the last player standing. Full stick coming in from the guard, and it's going to be the defuse.
He waits. Oh. Net. The rest of the squad, it was kind of the guard waiting for Cloud9 to feel like they had to defend. Observers had great visions of C9 swinging to catch someone off guard, and guard holding tight spots there. Like there's one, Mitch trying to get into position. The next frag we saw obviously is a fight under hell, but Swinging, right? Everybody trying to get themselves back in. Guard did a great job to just be patient. Know they had the 5v5 retake in their favor. One away from game point, Vans. This is a huge buy for Cloud9. The operator's in. There is low armor. There is low econ. C9 need to at least do a lot of damage on this round. They ultimately grab it would be the best bet for them.
Took a lot from the guard to be able to retake that site, and that was off ultimate. So can they do this now that they don't have ultimates to work with? Actually, they do have a lockdown for the retake if needed be. That's been using it preemptively when it was getting pushed back towards that B site in the back of the garage. Or in the back of the B site.
Yeah.
But now it's just going to be a slow play from the guard.
We talked a little bit about before that operator for Saya. We saw it coming in to effect last round. They have not had the money throughout the map to buy that op. Does it really become the thing that helps them push it over the edge? A quick flash. Oh, the back shot for the trade from Tiles. Leaf able to help the team out there. 4v4.
Big hits and trade. Jonah P, yeah, he was able to finally get a first blood, but it gets immediately traded out. But Mitch is low on HP with this operator, and he's going to be far behind the rest of C9 as they're trying to lean back towards the A site.
30 seconds
Valen always in a great position here. No smokes available for him. An opportune moment here for C9 to get into the site, and they're doing it right now. Counter Paranoia coming out. We do have players from C9 noted inside A main. Up drop cut out for the Slayer player. Stays alive for a bit. Somehow stays alive the full time. Now we're looking for the plant down towards the A site. 10 seconds left, and it works out here for C9. A 4 versus 3, but the lockdown also comes in for Net. Breaking the door is going to be Curry. We're trying to get away. Lee's trying to push forward. He's trying to break this ult, and he will get it. Meanwhile, everybody else falls, and we are tied up 11-11.
Absolutely disgusting round from Leaf. Oh my word, there at the end. Finding the way into the site. Everybody actually on C9 knowing that if the operator is going to be there, then get in the operator's face, get further into the site, take as much as you can, and deny that operator its distance. Holy crap, that... when we see those rounds from C9, they're impressive. You don't see them often. They're kind of in the reserve tank, and it's reserve tank time, Vansilius. You better be hoping there's something in there. A push from the guard here. They want some positioning so they can let A know if it's going to be a hit, and I think that's exactly what's happening.
On fumes, Vanity ADS with the Guardian. Player advantage back in favor of Cloud9. We're still trying to play all the way back towards spawn, so we are definitely trying to play for the overtime for the guard, except for this hero rifle from Saya player. Lots of map taken here by the guard. So the rotate comes back towards this A site. Yeah, has been good with the Sheriff before inside market. It's going to be Timid Turret that's going to help him out to spot the entrance of C9 into the A site.
Paranoia across. Is that going to be Tree Smoke? Tree Smoke, Paranoia to the left side. Actually, Paranoia's turret to start off, and the null command comes through. Vans. They're not pressuring too hard just yet. It was only Leaf. Oh, there it is.
Talked about the Sheriff in the back of the site. Net still has it. 2 kills that he's taken down. Get the third one onto Zephyr.
Wait!
Oh my God! How does that happen? Net, you are
a
king.
No way! 11-11 on the low buy. You have to be kidding me, Vansily. That is absolutely incredible. From Net's breach, what he was able to do to Leaf as well, jumping in on the raise on Fracture. If you cast your mind back to the plays he was able to make, Net's a little bit flying under the radar this game, but instantly pops his head up every now and then. Everybody getting out of their chair on that one. Face in hands. Net with a huge play. Saya player coming up there. Game point for the guard here in the upper semifinals versus Cloud9.
Not like this, hands all across the cameras of Cloud9. But again,
Vansily, that was the first eco win of this map and the second of the entire series. It is absolutely ridiculous how much these teams are testing each other.
Couldn't come at a better time. Thankfully, economy's still good for C9 as they mustered up a couple of rounds before. Much important. As Saya player does have the operator, and Leaf is looking to body peek into it. And that's the first player down. Blade Storm activated as well. And this is not looking good for Cloud9 to try to bring this into overtime. The updraft spots one. Dagger to the chest onto Mitch. Or sorry, Mitch is towards B main. Thought that hit somebody there, but it didn't. But Trent still manages to get the kill onto Mitch. Speaking of him.
They're still going to try it. They have to do it as a team. Net's going to shut one down. There's the other one, man.
Curry now stuck full blind now at logs. Saya player comes in. What better than to come in with the right click of the Blade Storm that we talked about before. Somehow off a round of that wasn't supposed to be won here by the guard. Ends up to be converting the victory of this team in this series over Cloud9.
An incredible play from the young team. Obviously, I don't know what it is.